how old is old? I don't know.
Okay, guys, we're reacting to Player 5's any % world record for Breath of the Wild. Yeah, hope you enjoy this.
Ancient. I feel like there's
And I'll kind of explain some of the tricks that he does.
a lot of baseball players in their 30s.
So the reason the language is in French is because
Still
it's the
played very well.
fastest language
Yeah,
to
it's a
like
pet peeve.
skip the text. And as soon as you get the Sheikah Slate here, you actually go over, like you open the scope as soon as possible, and then you run Link over into this corner and you do something called a scope
Who
clip.
got judged?
And basically all you need to know is it kind of aligns Link with a certain thing. Like he lines the camera with something inside of the Shrine of Resurrection for a visual cue, and when he spams scope, it like
games or days for games to be played. I'm currently behind in points.
Okay, that should be a little bit better for you guys.
I was also, I think he had used up.
Oh yeah, but right here, right there, he grabbed the shield so he could shield surf down.
Where I was at 5 out of 6, so presumably I get.
And then right here, you come over to the Temple of Time. You do something, or not something, but he does another scope clip. That's actually new.
To catch up with points.
Like pretty recent. Yeah, before you would do a shield clip, which I'll explain in just a minute.
Because there are so many different days.
And this is another trick called BLSS, and it puts Link into a weird state where, like, the pot is kind of pushing him. And this is a shield clip. This is a much advanced, like a much more advanced version of a shield clip, known as a ESC. And it is extremely hard. It's like frame.
Your arm just, like, fall off?
It's like, I think it's almost frame perfect or frame perfect. But yeah, it's really difficult. But back to BLSS. Yeah, it puts Link in a weird state where that pot that he was holding is kind of pushing him towards like any direction he wants to go. And when you wiggle the joystick, that was like the loud noise. Here, I'll pause real quick because he's kind of moving too fast. When you're wiggling the joystick, it makes Link go faster. And you wiggle towards the direction you want to go. So he wiggled over to the shrine, and then right here he clears that shield jump he did, and then unequip his shield. That's to clear a glitch called ragdoll, and it makes it so Link won't ragdoll after the glitch he's about to do right here. So right here he's doing a precise setup. And he has bombs equipped. He jumps. He places a bomb. He goes into bullet time. He places a second bomb. He aims at a precise spot on the wall. And then he blows up the first bomb. And it launches him over to the pedestal. And that's known as a wind bomb. They're pretty, like, they're difficult, but they're not that difficult. Like, I can do them. A lot of people can do them, but it's pretty useful because of that exact reason. And then right here it says skipped cutscene, but he's not actually going to skip it, and he's waiting until right here. And there's a reason for that. I'll explain it, or I'll do my best to explain it. Like, when you start to talk to the monk, the game starts to load the exterior world. The game starts to load the exterior world, and if you press skip cutscene immediately, then the game will like reset that loading, so it actually takes more time to load out of the shrine. So he waits until that particular moment, to skip the cutscene because it hits like a threshold in loading where it won't reset. So,
Look,
yeah.
the discourse of like, oh yo.
And then right here he does the text options 2112
glorifying like
because that's the fastest
old.
text options to skip through this text. And then right here he actually scans amiibos for fish. Because he has to cook some food to fight the Blights and also Ganon. And then right here he does that trick I talked about called BLSS. But yeah, do you hear the joystick going crazy? It's actually insane. But he just does that over to here. And he does another shield clip. This one is not an ESC. This one is just a normal shield clip where you shield surf and then you unequip your shield and Link the reason he had to shield surf onto the right there like that, the reason he had to shield surf onto the shrine is because like you see how like the shrine is like kind of angled. It's because when you shield surf on an angle, Link gets like you get something called skew, and it's very overpowered. It lets you like basically go through any wall, except for like thicker walls. And thicker walls you have to do an ESC. So the one that you saw him do for the bomb shrine, that was an ESC. But the one he's about to do right here is just a normal one.
That shit word.
And then walls are actually double-sided in this game. So you have to clip back into the shrine. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. And then right here, he does a very tight and difficult wind bomb. No, what the frick? Sorry, my Twitch chat, or not Twitch chat, my Twitch thing I have on my other monitor keeps putting the audio back on for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, he does a very tight wind bomb right here to get him right on the pedestal. But yeah, right there again, he waits until the perfect time to skip the cutscene. And then right here, he runs over here to set up BLSS because, oh, another thing, I'll kind of explain it a little bit better now. So you place a bomb, you hold out your shield, and then you press ZR and A at the same time. So like, it's like, frick, like that, and then yeah, it picks it up. He picks it up, and then he jumps. He presses. If you switch to your jump controls like me, then you press B, then you press X, and then right after you press X, you have to pause the game, unequip your shield, and then hold down X, and then walk up to like a ledge that Link can do like that he can do this animation on, like that kind of step up animation, because you can't do it without that. It just doesn't work. And then you hear his joystick going crazy. Yeah, you have to be holding down X the entire time, and you have to be holding a direction on the joystick the entire time. And then over here, he comes to a specific tree and climbs the tree. And then he aligns with the scope. He aligns it with a V shape on the wall, or on the mountain there. See that V? That right there. Yeah, he lines it with that. He jumps off the tree. He places a circle bomb. He goes into bullet time. Places a square bomb. And then switches back to the circle bomb and then explodes it. And then right here he does another shield clip to get into this shrine. And then with that one you just have to crouch and then uncrouch to get in. And then right there, he clears the ragdoll glitch, just like he did in the bomb shrine. So, and then this number right here indicates the amount of times he's gotten 23, but like this one is 2258. So. Oh, let me actually explain that real quick. Yeah, well, he freezes it with stasis. He lines himself up with that. He jumps, places a circle bomb, bullet time, square bomb, back to the circle bomb, aims right there, and then explodes the circle bomb. And that wind bomb is really difficult to do. But with enough practice, you can do it. And then, yeah, right here, it's just the same thing for all the shrines. Like, if you, like, for the 100% speedrun, where you get, all the shrines and just everything, pretty much. Also, that wind bomb is pretty tight. You have to do it with a square bomb and then a circle bomb. But yeah, back to what I was saying with 100%. If you don't do that trick in 100%, then your run will be at least 10 minutes slower. Yeah, and that's a true fact. So yeah, that saves 10 minutes in 100%. And then right here, he does an ESC, so he shield surfs on that slope, because it's a bit of like a different angle from the other slopes that he's shield surfed on. Generally, like steeper slopes, or no, sorry, less steep slopes are better for ESCs, but they are like ESCs are frame perfect. He waits until this frame, and then, or no, this frame, and then he switches back to the shield, and then in this menu, he presses ZR and A at the same time to buffer another shield surf, and then he switches back to the other shield. Or no, wait, no, he doesn't. He just keeps that shield on. But, I mean, their ESCs are extremely difficult. And then this wind bomb is a lot easier. And then right there, he cleared the ragdoll glitch again. But yeah, I can do this wind bomb. It's pretty easy, actually. But yeah, it's crazy that you can beat the Great Plateau in this amount of time. And then right here, you just skip through the old man text as fast as you can. And then right here, he sets up BLSS. And then, yeah, he just goes to the Temple of Time. And then there's actually a big trick that I accidentally skipped over. Because I just wasn't thinking about it. It's just something that you do. But it's called a fall damage cancel. Yeah, so like you're holding a weapon, and then right when you get to like an area where you won't take fall damage, you throw that weapon, and then as soon as you throw it, you switch like with the quick menu, you switch to a shield or you unequip a shield. Or you like switch to a weapon. Like you just have to do something in the quick menu except for the runes. And then right here you just skip these cutscenes. I'm pretty sure there's 4 of them. Maybe 3. Yeah, it's 3. And then you get text. And then you set up BLSS right here too. And you actually get lower. I'm pretty sure this is something new that they've been doing, I think. Because there's like a new castle route, I think. But basically, yeah, this is like the quickest way of moving in Breath of the Wild. This and another trick that they used to do a lot in this category, BTBs, also known as bullet time bounces. Yeah, wait, hold on, I'll explain that in just a sec. Right here, like everything is like low poly and it's like not loaded in. So you can go in this gate where that like usually has a guard on it, or like a fence on it, I mean, or like bars. And then he's doing this to load in the moblin right there, and then also to load in this sword. So yeah, he shoots the moblin. The moblin has no idea where he is, and then he oh my god, sneak strikes him. And then he grabs his sword, and then you skip the castle cutscene, because that's the soonest it can load in. And then, yeah, you run over here, and you run over into the... Oh, wait, no, they don't do that anymore, because... Okay, they usually go under the staircase, and they get a dragon fang, and they cook it for food. And then right here, they explode this. And they get these ancient arrows. And then they throw a bomb to right here to distract the Lizalfo. And then they sneak strike it. And then they get the... what did he even get? Oh yeah, the boomerang. And then he cooks all this food. Because you need to cook this to fight the, oh my god, the freaking bosses. And then right here he does another scope clip. And then he does a blind wind bomb to over here. And then he aims. Then he does another wind bomb to up here. And he crouches and then uncrouches in a very specific spot to get out and back in bounds. He eats the food right there because it's the most optimal time. And then he sneak strikes the moblin. And he grabs the sword. And then he gets the bow. And then he climbs up to this. He does another wind bomb over to the southeastern entrance of the Sanctum, and he aims, or he does a very precise setup. He aims right to that dot, and he walks forward. And you do that because that he shoots that arrow, and then you watch this cutscene of Blight spawning in, And this trick is called Wind Blight Skip. And if you see right here, like right here, his head keeps glitching out. And that is how you kill Wind Blight with a single arrow. Yeah, that trick is, like, I don't think it's that difficult, but it's pretty difficult. And then right here, he faces away from Fire Blight, or no, sorry, no, that's Water Blight, and to get double hits. And here's the second phase of Water Blight. And then he waits for him to spawn in, he throws it, and then he shoots those arrows, and then he shoots one in the head and then two in the head. And then he spins and slams down. And then that's Water Blight done. And then here's Fire Blight. You just immediately go and you start getting double hits. And then now he's stunned. And then you switch to the Royal Guard Claymore, and then you get double hits again. And that's already the first phase of Fire Blight in 12 seconds. So
That's not very good.
that's crazy. And then here's the second phase of Fire Blight. And then he places a bomb, and then when he sucks it, he explodes it. And then he's facing away from him to get double hits again. And then there's Fire Blight, done. And now Thunder Blight, the one reason that no one wants to do any percent in Breath of the Wild. And he faces away from him to get double hits again. And then he throws it for the last hit. And then that's already phase one. And then as soon as, not as soon as, but like, you wait for him to start doing this animation, and then you throw the boomerang to knock him down. And then you face away to get double hits, and then you slam down. Or no, you don't slam down, you spin. And then there's the Blights. Done. And now, here's Calamity Ganon. And then I'm not really sure what this is. It's like he holds a bomb, and then he jumps and locks onto him, and then like, he immediately goes instead of having to wait for the cutscene of the bullet, or not bullet, Flurry Rush. Yeah, and he just hits him. And he runs over here to get these bomb arrows. And he just gets crits over and over again, over and over again. And then he walks over to the Royal Guard's sword. Or, sorry, Royal Guard's Claymore. Or no, Royal Claymore. And then he faces away to get double hits. And then he throws it at him. And then he uses these ancient arrows to finish off the first phase. And then he parries. He goes up, and then this is called a stun lock. He's getting multiple hits, and it makes it so that he just falls down over and over again. But yeah, it's called a stun lock. But yeah, it's hitting like a bunch of parts of his skull, so it, yeah. So it just gets like multiple hits over and over again. And I think he starts to cry here because he's like, don't mess this up.
L'intero corpo di Ganon è pervaso da un rancore maligno. In questo stato è invulnerabile a qualsiasi attacco.
But this is kind of just like an auto scroller.
Tenterò di contrastare questo rancore.
You have to wait like 2 whole minutes, like
Tu colpisci dove vedi.
in Dark Beast, before you can actually just kill it.
Buona fortuna. Link.
And then there's like audio cues for when Zelda's speaking. So he just knows when to shoot, like, and also like the music. So like he shoots there and then there and then there.
Ganon, si sta indebolendo. Cerco di colpire dove
And then once again, just using the audio cues.
funziona in difficoltà.
And then he shoots like 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Ancora un po'. Lo abbiamo quasi sconfitto.
Yeah, he knows. See, look at him.
Guarda la sua testa. Quelli?
Yeah, he had to grind so much for this, bruh. Like, so much. But I mean, if you guys like that video and you want like more reaction videos and me breaking world records down and stuff, then just let me know in the comments. Because I like doing these videos, they're cool. But yeah, just subscribe, like, and all that stuff. Peace.